Aw.
Oh,
That's how we're going to start this episode.
yes, that's how we did start this episode. Welcome back to Hakuoki.
Hi, guys.
Hello!
Kyoto.
Twins.
Yeah, that.
Bane of Hana's existence.
No, Kage.
Why must I voice guy characters?
Kage really
All of
adores
them.
these games, and I'm happy for her that she gets to play them on the channel.
I like playing them too.
Someone called out as we passed a tea shop.
Oh.
Yukimura! Oh god, what's his voice?
I think it was me or you.
Or Yamazaki, not Yamazaki.
Yeah, not Yukimura.
No, it's Crom.
Oh.
Oh. Commander, there you are. I have a report for you, sir, that needs to be disclosed as soon as possible.
If this person referred to Hijikata as commander, then he must be a Shinsengumi member. He whispered the report in Hijikata's ear. The man's words caused Hijikata's face to turn blank, and he looked to me to speak.
I have an urgent matter to attend. I am entrusting you to stay at this shop and ask about Kyoto. Understand?
But then I'd be by myself. Would that be alright with you? In response, Hijikata gave me an examining glance as if to probe all of my hidden thoughts, then looked down at me while asking.
Did you plan on joining me so that you could run away?
When his eyes met mine, the pit of my stomach dropped, turning cold from nervousness. No, of course not.
Then don't bother me with stupid questions. You are to do as you are told, then you wait. Got it?
Okay, understood. I wasn't sure what Hijikata's intentions were by leaving me behind, but it was probably smarter to do as Hijikata said, so I asked the person at the shop about my father. Okay, where to start? I asked customers that wandered in and out of the store, politely grabbing their attention. Unfortunately, it seemed like no one knew anything about my father's whereabouts. My tea became cold, the little leaf flakes sinking towards the bottom of the cup, and I sighed.
Oh, fuck, douchebag.
All right, the Shinsengumi is here to conduct a search. Everyone remain calm. Who owns this place?
I recognized the shouting man by his familiar Corps uniform as he barged into the shop. Corps uniform, a light blue uniform that the Shinsengumi wear when patrolling in Kyoto. It was Takeda, the captain of the Shinsengumi's 5th Division. What could he be doing here? Somebody be the owner.
Easy.
Excuse me, but I'm the owner of this store. What is the meaning of your business here?
The owner's voice was trembling from being intimidated, and Takeda responded forcefully.
I shouldn't even have to answer. It's been brought to my attention that you've been allowing Imperial Ronin extremists to conduct their business within these premises. What exactly are you plotting? If you do not give me an honest answer, I will be forced to take you to headquarters where you will be questioned.
Oh, please, don't be absurd. I would never do anything of that sort, or let such people in and out of my store.
Oh, so you're calling the Shinsengumi a bunch of liars then, are you?
Douche. No, I'm not saying that.
Sweat poured down the owner's face, and he shook with fear. Takeda glanced around the store with a sticky glare. I quickly ducked behind a shelf so he wouldn't notice me. I managed to avoid detection as he scanned the store. Then Takeda approached the owner again.
It is our best interest to allow local business to run as smoothly as possible, as you know. So depending on how well you cooperate, perhaps guess I could make all of this disappear.
You're implying?
I'm merely suggesting that it would be in your interest to share some of your goodwill.
As I peeked to get a closer view of their conversation, I could see the owner gulp. Although Takeda was not being explicit, it was deathly clear that he was soliciting a bribe from the shop owner.
There's no way I could afford that, sir. I mean, there's nothing suspicious going on here.
What's that? You're refusing to help the Shinsengumi, protectors of Kyoto's safety!
No, I would never do such a thing.
I'm going to take you to the headquarters. You must be a Ronin sympathizer, and I'm going to take you back and make you spill your guts!
No! No, please, no. Nothing, anything but that.
No. I was sick to my stomach hearing him. Just when I was about to speak out, someone placed their hand on my shoulder. Oh god, okay, pull up the sheet. Iba.
It's a character that
Should
somehow
be under other love interests. Down. Right, back up. Back up. Right there. Guy.
Shh. Don't. A girl should not get involved in such a dangerous situation. This man will not hesitate to hurt you, and it will be grave.
This mysterious samurai whispering gently into my ear, but I became completely distracted by his perfectly sculpted facial features. His skin looked incredibly fair and soft, and he was almost as gorgeous as Hijikata.
You're very easily distracted.
For a second, I thought he was an actor. He was dressed in expensive, exotic-looking fabrics, leading me to believe he was famous.
Don't worry. Just leave this to me.
The softness of his voice enveloped me in a great calm, and I sat back down to let him proceed. But I hoped he'd be okay. Takeda was massive, and his short temper seemed like a recipe for disaster if anyone crossed him. I can't imagine dealing with such a violent soul.
Excuse me. May I say something? You're with the Shinsengumi, right?
Takeda turned to face this man, staring in disbelief that someone would approach him in such a manner.
So, what is it to you? The owner of the shop clearly stated he isn't allowing any imperial extremists to solicit here. So, with what charges do you intend on taking him back to your headquarters, then? What? How dare you question me like this? You're one of those imperial extremists, aren't you? I should have known you'd turn up eventually.
Damn. The mysterious samurai smiled coolly, and he responded calmly.
So, just because I question you, I'm an extremist. I guess a fair investigation is out of the question. Well, you are preventing me from inflicting justice, which is just enough proof. Very well. Very well, then. If things are going to escalate, I wouldn't want to upset the lady here. Would you mind handling our business outside? You sound afraid of getting your pretty face all bloodied up. Not surprising.
Takeda huffed smugly to himself and waddled out of the store to challenge the samurai.
Waddle,
That's
waddle.
samurai. Waddle, waddle.
And he waddled away.
And waddle away. Waddle, waddle.
To the very next day. Bum, 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 ba-da.
Takada's smirk remained on his face.
Do you have any extremists?
Takada's smirk remained on his face as the two met each other outside of the store. He assumed an offensive stance and then reached for his katana to threaten him. Or not.
What? You didn't do that?
As soon as Takada moved his hand to unsheath the samurai intercepted to cover the sword's mouth.
Cover the sword's mouth?
It's
keeping it within the sheath without even getting it undrawn.
Yeah, he's stopping him from unsheathing the sword.
So literally, it's still in the mouth of the sheath.
Let go! Or else I will! Oh, don't tell me you really thought you were going to draw your sword, were you? If you were, then things between you and me are going to get serious. And you won't like me when I'm serious.
You
Not what that says.
I'm not sure you're ready for things to get serious.
The samurai possessed a duality. One side was a soft-spoken, gentle man. The other side, a warrior. Takada sensed this duality as well, because after the samurai made his claim, he made no movement. Before he knew it, people gathered around the store, murmuring amongst themselves and echoing the general sentiment of confusion and wonder. The Mibu wolves are having... That's
A random person.
That's not a random person. It's still inside Makoto's head.
Oh, okay.
The Mibu wolves are having a duel. Are they causing trouble again? Such murmurs caught my ear as I looked ahead.
Seems like we're drawing some attention. Do you still plan on drawing your sword?
The samurai seemed to already know the answer. Takeda began to grit his teeth angrily, and he gruffly shook off the samurai's hand.
I never forget a face, you bastard. I will make you live to regret this day.
Sounds like Kadori. His face was...
Adieu!
No French.
No.
They're the Shinsengumi. They're on the Shogun's side.
It's Japan.
They don't want Japan's borders open. His face was flushed with red, and he swiftly exited and disappeared from the store. As the tensions deflated, I exhaled in relief that things didn't come to violence. Whew, I'm glad that's over.
That could have become ugly. Let's go back inside and check on our friend.
Were you okay?
Yes? That was nothing.
I'm glad. Why were you willing to risk your life against that man? You didn't have to stop me back there. The samurai slightly paused, then answered timidly.
You reminded me of someone from my past.
I was perplexed. Me?
Yes. You even blushed just like her.
He studied my face carefully, his eyes dotting up and down my small face. Although I liked the attention, I still had no clue who this person was or where he was from. I'm sorry. I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I bowed lightly to him, and he looked a little taken aback.
Oh, don't worry. It seems that I am simply a It seems that I... It seems that I am simply mistaken. My apologies. Please, let's return to the tea shop. Your tea and snacks must be ruined by now. Maybe they're a little cold, but ruined.
The samurai's kind demeanor was nearly impossible to resist, drawing me to return to the store as if I'd caught the scent of the city's sweetest bun. Upon entering, the tea shop owner smiled and brought us freshly brewed tea.
Ah, was it you who poured our fresh tea? There's even some sweet bean jelly here.
Sitting beside our tea was a neatly arranged platter of sweet bean jelly. Izumi.
Yes, thank you so much for helping me. You saved me. Oh, please. I didn't.
That's not the owner. That does not say owner.
No, it says question. I was like about to. I'm like, oh, question marks. Never mind.
Oh, please. I didn't do anything to deserve such kindness. Thank you so much, though. I love sweets.
The pleasure is mine. Don't be shy. Have as much as you would like. Take your time.
The owner seemed to bow after every sentence and then returned to tend to his counter.
Take as much as you like. Take your time. What a generous gesture. Would you like some of my sweet bean jelly?
Oh, no. I think the owner means for you to eat all of this.
If you say so, I gratefully accept.
He cut the sweet bean jelly into elegantly sliced halves, and he expressed delight after each bite. In my experience...
Delightful. Delightful.
Delightful.
In my experience...
Not that delightful.
In my experience so far, Samurai didn't ever seem to smile often, but every time he took a bite, he grinned like a child, smiling as if he was the happiest person alive. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch, maybe, to guess that he and I were close in age. As this thought came to mind, I could still hear customers murmuring, whispering amongst themselves and to each other. Did that samurai scare away the Mibu wolf?
Looks like it. Maybe there are some good samurai after all, huh?
He can't be a samurai. He's too handsome. He's got some quick hands, though.
Oh, just imagine what else he could do with those quick hands.
Excuse me?
The samurai seemed to overhear their discussion, timidly retreating from his initial enthusiasm. As soon as he finished drinking his tea...
Please excuse me. It's time for me to pay for my tab. That's not me, is it?
That was you.
Okay.
He rushed to get up, but not before slipping me some last words.
I'll be on my way now. Please do be careful and try to avoid trouble, okay?
Oh. The samurai fled the store, almost like a dream wisping around one's mind after awaking. He almost gave me no opportunity to thank him properly for earlier. I rushed after the samurai.
But he was gone.
Wait! I chased after him, yelling to catch his attention.
Is something the matter?
Thank you so much for earlier. You saved me.
I didn't do anything to warrant a thanks.
He turned away from me, stopping to gaze at the clouds swirling above us.
However, it seems like the Shinsengumi's name is dragged through the dirt. If today's incident is any indication, then I can't blame people for having their reservations.
Well, what should I say? Ah!
What did you say?
It's... Oh, I picked the right option. I just skipped a line. It's not as if I know the men of the Shinsengumi better than anyone else. I don't think all of the Shinsengumi men would ever behave like that other man did. He was just plain cruel. I'm sure you understand better than anyone, but out of all of the warriors in the city, there are bound to be the rotten eggs in the bunch.
I know. I don't think that man represents the Shinsengumi at all.
There was a pause in our conversation, and the wind whistled softly in the background. Oh my god. The samurai didn't break his concentration, staring intently into my face. His eyes seemed to be searching for something, perhaps a faint glimmer of a long-lost memory. If only he could tell me what seemed to be on the tip of his tongue. But he shut his eyes and turned.
Well, I'll be on my way now.
Oh, sorry for stopping you.
Don't worry about it. I'm glad I got to see you, Makoto.
Huh? How did he know my name? Who was this man? Samurai turned his back to me and departed. He wasn't familiar to me. Was I to him? I didn't have much time to consider what any of this meant because Hijikata returned shortly after.
Did I make you wait for long? How was it? Did you obtain any information on Kyoto?
Hijikata. I quietly shook my head in response.
I see. Well, it's not like people around here are willing to talk easily. You usually have to threaten to take them in for questioning or bribe them. Don't think much of it.
Hijikata's not like that.
I was just being stupid.
As we walked back towards the headquarters, I filled Hijikata in on the earlier proceedings.
Takeda did what?
Somehow he was able to contain a palpable rage without lashing out at me.
Don't tell anyone what you saw today. I mean no one, not even the captains to whom I know you confide. Do I make myself clear?
His voice was stern and I quietly nodded.
This doesn't need to be said, but don't ever let your guard down, especially in front of people you do not recognize. The Shinsengumi has to protect its secrets, sometimes even from its own members. Most of all from that buffoon Takeda, who knows nothing.
Does he have another name? Is it Jon Snow?
You know nothing.
I understand. Once Hijikata was convinced of my understanding, he probed more questions.
You mentioned a mysterious samurai came to your aid. Please elaborate.
Oh, I forgot to ask his name.
What? How the hell am I supposed to thank him?
I don't know, it all happened so fast!
Well, fine. If you happen to cross paths again, be sure to ask him for his name.
He curtly muttered, then left me with his last thought.
Mutter, mutter. Despite everything, I'm sorry to hear no news of your father came to light. Hopefully Saito or Shinpachi had better luck than you.
Yes, hopefully. Ah, yes, I'd forgotten that I accomplished nothing I wanted to today. We rushed back to the base. Once back at headquarters, we discovered the sighting of my father at Terada Inn was false, crushing the sliver of happiness I'd held on to. And we might as well end this episode here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh, hey, it's chapter 2.
Yes, and we're starting chapter 2 in the next episode.
Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Hey guys! Do you like our content? Do you want to support the show? Click the link in the description below to visit our donation page. All proceeds go towards new and better equipment and games you want to see us play. Everyone who donates will get a special shout out at the end of future videos, and we're currently working on setting up some special perks for you. If you don't want to donate, that's okay too. You can support us by subscribing and clicking that bell icon so you get notified whenever we put out a new video. A huge thank you to Kyle Sheridan for donating and helping to keep our show going. Thank you so much for checking out today's episode. If you'd like to find out how I ended up in Kyoto, click the box on the left to check out last episode.
Or, if you'd like something a little different, head to that box on the right to check out Saving Throw, where the members of Revolutionary Productions play through ridiculous adventures in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Seriously, go check it out. That's an order.
Hijikata? You can't just order the viewers around.
I can if they're all like you.